Building generational wealth through property. Imagine standing on a piece of land that everyone says is worthless. No roads, no electricity, no buildings, just dry grass stretching as far as the eye can see. Your friends laugh. Your family tells you you've wasted your life savings. Even you begin to wonder if you've made the biggest mistake of your life. But 30 years later, that same piece of land changes the future of your children, your grandchildren's and generations yet to be born. This is the story of a man who discovered that true wealth isn't measured by the money you spend today. It's measured by the opportunities you create for tomorrow. Samuel Oforodu wasn't born into wealth. He grew up in a small village where every pound his parents earned disappeared into food, rent, and school fees. When Samuel was just 16, his father became seriously ill. Within a year, he was gone. Samuel watched his mother work 2 jobs just to keep the family together. There was no inheritance, no savings, no house to pass on. Just before he died, Samuel's father held his hand and quietly said, "Son, don't work your whole life just to survive. Build something that survives after you." At 16, Samuel didn't fully understand those words. Years later, they became his life's mission. At 24, Samuel found work as an electrical technician. His salary wasn't impressive, but it was steady. Like many young workers, he dreamed of driving an expensive car and owning the newest gadgets. Every Friday, his colleagues compared watches and cars. One afternoon, they invited Samuel to the dealership. "Come on," one friend laughed. "You've earned it." Samuel admired the shiny vehicles lined up under bright showroom lights. For a moment, he almost signed the paperwork. Instead, he walked away. His friends couldn't understand. "If you don't enjoy your money now," they asked, "when will you?" Samuel simply smiled. "I'm buying something you'll never see." For 4 years, Samuel saved quietly. Every payday he invested in his dream before spending on himself. Then one morning he bought a small piece of land outside the city. There was absolutely nothing there. No one wanted it. Samuel looked across the empty field. Because one day, everybody will. For years, nothing happened. The grass kept growing. The land looked exactly the same. Meanwhile, Samuel watched friends enjoy new homes, luxury holidays, and expensive cars. He questioned himself. One evening, he sat on the porch beside Grace. "I think I made a mistake." Grace reached for his hand. "Did your reason for buying the land change?" Months later, bulldozers arrived, surveyors appeared. A government sign announced the construction of a major highway. Within 2 years, everything changed. Developers arrived. Businesses followed. Schools were built. The land everyone laughed at was suddenly in demand. Samuel could have sold immediately. Instead, he made another decision. He built a modest duplex, nothing luxurious, just clean, practical homes families could afford. The first tenants moved in during spring. When the first month's rent arrived, Samuel stared at the bank notification for several seconds. Grace smiled. "What are you looking at?" he whispered. "Our property just earned money while we were asleep." Instead of working only for income, he now owned an asset that worked alongside him. When his daughter Ada turned 14, Samuel took her to visit every property. She expected a sightseeing trip. Instead, she received a life lesson. Standing outside the first duplex, Samuel asked, "What do you see?" "A house," Samuel smiled. "I see a teacher paying for your education." Finally, they visited the original piece of land. By now it sat surrounded by shops, homes, and busy streets. Ada smiled. "I see why you never bought the expensive car." Samuel laughed. "Cars lose value. Assets create choices." By 60, Samuel no longer depended on his salary. The rental income comfortably covered every household expense. On his 65th birthday, Samuel gathered the entire family. Property documents covered the dining table. "These buildings aren't my greatest gift to you. My greatest gift is teaching you why we own them." Several years later, Samuel passed away peacefully. His children honored every promise. Instead of selling the properties, they improved them. One sunny afternoon, Ada stood with her own children on the very first piece of land her father had purchased decades earlier. Her youngest son asked, "Mum, Why did Grandpa buy this place? Ada smiled as tears filled her eyes. Because Grandpa wasn't buying land, he was buying our future. And that is exactly what Samuel did. Not by chasing quick riches, but by making one wise decision after another, until one man's patience became generations of opportunity. Because true generational wealth isn't measured by what you leave behind. It's measured by the values you pass on, the opportunities you create, and the future you build for people you may never even meet.